Hello, everybody. Good morning. Yesterday only we came out with a report on Craftsman Automation Limited. It's an auto ancillary company which got listed in the month of March, and it's a very strong player in the commercial vehicle sector. I would like to let you know that the company has got three divisions, in which the first is supplying of cylinder blocks and heads and other related equipments for the powertrain. So that business comprises about 50% of the total top line, and about 73% to 74% of the EBIT. Secondly, the second business is supplying aluminium products for passenger vehicles, two wheelers, in the domestic as well as the export markets. The third business is industrial engineering, the non-auto part, in which the company supplies storage solutions and high precision equipments to the companies which are not in the auto space. So talking about first of all the powertrain business, in which the company supplies cylinder blocks and heads mainly to the commercial vehicles. CVs form about 50% of the powertrain business, and 30% comes from the farm equipment and 20% from the construction equipments. Now, with the uptick in the CV cycle, which we are expecting now, which had started in the month of October, November, and it was very strong till the month of March, after which the COVID wave 2 got hit. And after that, now again from June onwards, we are seeing a strong uptick in the CV space. So going forward, we believe that with good monsoons and the construction space gaining momentum, the real estate is going very strong, the mining is also reviving. So overall, the economy is on a good track, and therefore we expect the CV cycle to turn for good in the second half as well as in FY23. So based on that, we believe that the powertrain business, which is already going on a strong wicket, will be on a much better wicket going forward. So the operating leverage is going to come into play for all the three businesses, I would say. Second business is the aluminium products, which it supplies to exports as well as in domestic markets. Two wheelers like TVS and Royal Enfield are their biggest clients in that business. Also Daimler India is one of their client, and they supply to the export markets, and they have won a very good order from PSA, which is an export company, and that order is expected to touch peak at 250 crores in FY24. In FY23 also about 50 to 100 crores of business will be flowing. In FY22 second half also a part of that will be seen. So overall, we expect that the aluminium business is on a good wicket. Also, they have won very good contracts with other companies in the PV space, and the biggest one was PSA, which I talked about. So the EBIT margins in this business are quite low because they are hit by the high RM costs. The aluminium costs also have zoomed up by about 15 to 20% in the last one and a half quarter. So based on that, they have reported weak margins, close to about lower single digits in Q1 FY22 as well as in FY21. But the powertrain business margins are in the higher 20% range, and that's why the overall margins are in the range of the EBIT margins, I would say, are in the range of about 16-17%. So if you see the EBITDA margins, they are the highest for the company in the overall sector. So moving back to their third business, that is the industrial and engineering products business. This business, about 26% comes from the storage solutions, which they provide to various companies in the e-commerce space, food and beverages, FMCG, pharmaceuticals, etc. So that business is expected to boom with the requirement for storage, the vertical storage moving up, considering this space constraint in various industries. So that business is expected to contribute about 35% by FY23, and that's a high margin business. So that is going to aid the margins as well. The remaining business is expected to grow at a steady pace of 6 to 7%. So I believe that all the three businesses are expected to grow at close to about a 20% CAGR in between FY21 to FY23 because of the multiple levers and the drivers which are there for each of the sectors, as I spoke before. The company is coming back to margins again, the company is having margins close to about 26% EBITDA margins in FY21. So 28% in FY21, and we are expecting it to move down a bit in FY22 considering the RM cost hike and the pandemic which is going on. While we are expecting it to again move up to about 28.9% in FY23. So based on the improving operating leverage, because we know that the capacity utilization level at this point in time is close to about 50 to 55% in all the three businesses. So once it starts moving up, we'll be gaining operating leverage, and therefore the margins are also expected to move up. Coming to the return ratios, the company is on a very strong wicket, and we are expecting the ROE and ROC to be in 21 to 22% in FY23, which are currently close to about 14-15%. So based on all these facts, I think the company is very well positioned in the the auto ancillary space as well as in the industrial engineering space. So based on these facts, we are giving a buy. We have already given a buy rating on the stock, and the target is 2740, as I said before. So it's a very a company which is in a niche and is expected to move up with the CV cycle as well as the overall growth in the economy. Thank you.